My first wife passed away 12 ago and I was really young at that time. I did my best to get over the loss and move on. I loved her in the past, but it's my past now and I need to live the present for myself. I found another love. I met my girlfriend 7 years ago. I love her and she has always respected that I am a widower. I don't really name my first wife except on occasions when I tell an anecdote where she is there, and I don't have pictures or anything of her in my home. I don't have pictures of anyone actually. Frames do not fit the decoration of the house. I want to give my girlfriend the place she deserves. I've had many bad experiences in a grief help group and learned what not to do in a new relationship. I'm going to get married in November. At first I didn't know whether to invite my first wife's family because I didn't know if they would want to attend, so I never said anything to them or invited them to the wedding. I don't talk with them except for a text every few months, but her mother was the one who texted me to tell me that she would be very happy to go, so I ended up inviting her and her husband. They kinda invited themselves and I have problems with saying no, much more in that kind of situation. On the weekend we were putting some things together and my mother told me that it would be good to put an extra chair in honor of my first wife. That was an idea of my late wife's mother, but she didn't talk about that with me first but with my mother. We pay per seat. Each chair we put up is charged as if it were a person. They would even charge me for drink and food, as if someone was really present, and honestly I am quite tight financially on the wedding, so I think it would be a waste of money and something symbolic, because if I do that for her I also have to do that for all the members of my family who died because they would complain about it. My father and brother also died, so that would be even more money. I'm not a spiritual person neither, so I don't believe in those things and I don't like any kind of ritual or symbolic thing. I also don't want to have a moment to talk about deceased people and kill the atmosphere. I just want a nice and joyful wedding for my girlfriend. Just to make my mother shut up, I said that if someone offers to pay the money I will do ask for more chairs. There would be 7 relatives, too many. I knew that nobody was going to pay for that, because I can't spend money in more things, but no one talked and I thought that she would forget that. But my mother said that then I should include photos of me with my first wife when they show the typical video of the bride and groom as they grow up. I just don't want to do that. I even find disrespectful for my girlfriend to put pictures of my first wife when I'm getting married again, let alone make a whole video about those times. It's just weird to me, but I know that there are widowers who have done so. It leaves me confused. My first wife appears in some of the photos I chose to go through in the video, not the one my mother wants me to do. In photos where I'm traveling with friends or family, it's not that I'm hiding her identity or anything like that, but I just want that moment to be my wife and mine. I already healed. My mother has been doing everything to make me feel guilty, and honestly it's hard not to feel guilty when the words come from a person who went through the same thing as me. I know my girlfriend would agree because she's really kind, and she has already said that she is not really interested in what others think because she is the one who will be my wife. I'm the one who feels uncomfortable, Ada? I want that moment to be my girlfriend and mine. I already had that moment with my first wife years ago. Now I want to have this moment with her. Is it a bad thing? Edit. Please stop recommending me to make a table with photos of the dead, make a speech, put centerpieces, etc. I don't want to do any of that. NTA. Money aside, tribute chairs at weddings mean if only this person were alive today, they would be sitting here. That's true if it would be Op's dead parent or grandparents or sibling. But this is Op's late wife. If only she were alive today, the assumption is that Op would be married to her and not marrying his current fiancée. Even if he were divorced, it is unlikely his ex-wife would attend the wedding now, unless they parted on extremely friendly terms. It seems that Op's in-laws from his first wife just want her to be acknowledged because this is a difficult moment in their grieving process. If Op puts pictures around, and an empty chair and gives a toast, or whatever else they will ask for, then they can pretend Op hasn't moved on and his late wife still takes precedence. Op, don't do it. It takes something away from the most important romantic relationship in your life today, to use your wedding day as a time to honor your late wife. Update 1. I talked to my girlfriend about the exact situation. Until now she had always said that she doesn't care and supports me in whatever I decide. But when I told her that it makes me uncomfortable and what my mother said, she just got angry and told me let's talk to your mother. She has the balls, I don't have TBH. When my ex-Mill found out about my engagement, she sent me a message saying I'm really happy for you, me and, her husband's name, would love to attend. I really didn't know how to reject such a direct self-invitation, and my wife told me to invite them if I felt comfortable with that. At that moment I had no problem since they had always been respectful people. That was a big mistake. I talked to my mother and she showed me that my ex-Mill started to send her random messages after I posted about getting married with my girl. My ex-Mill sent her messages like, today I really miss my Dow. Sure, it's a shame that your son is forgetting her since it would be a good idea to visit her grave, but he never wanted to, or my daughter really would have loved to attend the wedding. She even sent audios to my mother saying a lot of other things. They had contact from time to time, so my mother didn't find that too weird. My mother felt pressured, and under her own beliefs she also pressured me. She apologized to me and my wife and said she was out of line. Honestly, that triggered me. My mother lost a son and a husband. I grew up seeing how people expected the same thing they expected of me from her. I got angry and talked to my ex-Mill. It really bothered me that they tried to manipulate my mother, knowing what she suffered and how sensitive she is about that topic. Ex-Phil apologized and his wife did not. She said she finds it disrespectful that I don't do anything in honor of her daughter and that I even stopped wearing my wedding ring when she died. I'm not going to take that personally. I know that the death of a child is really hard, but I'm not an extension of her daughter. I am my own person. I just told them that they're no longer invited to the wedding because I was very kind, but they didn't respected me, my mother and my girlfriend. I told X-Mill that I will make my whole family block them from everything if she keeps trying to make my mother feel bad. Until the end she stood her ground and never said sorry. Was I cruel? I don't care, I don't owe them anything. My mother lost her husband and they used that to manipulate her mind. They stopped being my family when their daughter died. I always just had a respectful treat with them, nothing more. I won't make a table in honor of anyone. I won't make a video in honor of anyone or anything like that because me and my wife want it to be a happy day. I'll only have my brother's favorite beer and wine because it's something that cute drunk told me in life that he wanted, ha. My wife said she never lost anyone close to her, so she really doesn't need to pay tribute to anyone. The only thing that will be honored will be the union of me and my wife's because that's the thing that makes my days perfect and filled with happiness. I don't like symbolic things because I believe that the dead are dead and that's it. They are not still by my side or anything like that, but that's my belief and point of view. Everyone can have a different point of view. To be honest, I thought I would get a lot of OODA. Since my father passed away, it has seemed strange to me how people see widows and widowers. Everyone wanted my mother to continue loving my father even after he passed away, and when it happened to me I felt the same pressure. I'm a bad person for loving my girlfriend so much more than I loved her? Am I wrong for feeling that the worst loss in my life was my brother's and not my wife's or father? All the widows have pictures of their deceased partners. I'm a bad person for not wanting to do that? Should I still wear my wedding ring like the widows from the grief counseling does? But I don't want to, or am I a bad person for not feeling anything for her anymore? I felt guilt many times long time ago. They were questions that I asked myself daily as soon as I began my relationship with my wife, questions that I don't ask at all anymore, but they really tortured me because what is usually expected of a widower is that we are that forever, never the husband, eternally the melancholic character even if we have found someone new. We are always expected to love our deceased partner even if we have a new person because you can romantically love two people at the same time, but what if I don't want to? What if that's not for me and I want to give all my love to just one person? What if I want to move on with my life? I think at this point I'm just venting, so I'm sorry if you made it this far. Haha, be kinder to new wives and husbands and don't force them to be the big person. I felt ready to start dating 2 years later and I met the love of my life a few years later. But I know a lot of married people who shouldn't be because they're still grieving and sending all that mental load to their partners or making them feel like a second place. Please learn that it is good to be alone when you do not feel ready. There's nothing wrong with being single, and don't make an innocent person suffer with you.